Hi, hey, howdy. Welcome on in. It's me, Tilfin, and today we are not streaming. Today I'm doing a recording, like at 2 in the morning. Everybody should be asleep, right? I'm not. I have the degenerate third shift schedule. But it came to me in a dream, right? That one of the other worst streams that I did was Talos Principle 2, and I was not very happy with it because in between just like solving the puzzles, I was frying my brain actively on stream trying to find out the different higher basis needs for humanity. Like, hang on, no, I'm not going to look at that. I'm going to choose to not Google search that right now. I'm going to finish my thought now. I really like this game. I said that I would stream it again. I lied. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to compromise a little bit on that one, because what I don't want to show is like 4 hours of me staring at the same thing and being infuriated. Or, well, no, I'm not going to be angry at all, actually. It's just like everyone else who's watching might be angry because, like, oh man, why can't you just figure out that you're supposed to do this and that, streamer? Like, okay, yeah, I can do that, but I still want to play this game, and I still want to show the experience with it, and I still want to show like all the really cool things that this game could have in it. So I'll turn it into a recorded series where it's more of a classic let's play rather than a live stream. And so I'll put just the highlights, right? I'll just put the parts where I talk and where I actually play the game, rather than the full experience. I could have an unedited VOD, but nah. Actually, hold up. I have to look at something real fast. All right, 180 seconds. That's 3 minutes. Got it. No, it's 3 minutes. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I might have a I might have the clipped version of the first stream of Talos Principle 2 with like the story beats and all the highlights and stuff, and have that shown and presented, and then smash cut over to this one. So I'm going to continue on from where I last left off in Talos Principle 2. Let's go. Actually, what was I doing? It's been more than a week. I've been playing Halo. I've been playing Nuclear Throne. I've been playing Risk of Rain 2. That's right. the damn inverter. Right. It's this inverter puzzle where I was just like drooling, mouth open, brain sparking, trying to find a semblance of a neuron. That made me think, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't stream this. Now, how was it that I go across in the first place? I know that I had figured out how to like get on the other side there. Right. You could jam across the purple fields. Got it. So at some point, is there even a red generator? Is there a red light generator? No. So the answer would be take the blue and then, well, I can't really even test it because there's the wall in the way, but that would become red. Yeah. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm a little bit concerned because I can't actively monitor what my stream still sound, or sorry, my recording still sounds like. It's actually quite relaxing doing this as a recording rather than as a stream, because I can just sit back and not actively talk about everything all the time. I can just like take a moment to think. And whenever I'm allowed to think, I can think of that. But then, well, yeah, I can think of stuff like that, and you won't even know just how long it took me to do that. OBS says it took me 6 minutes from the start of the recording to do that, but you know what? I can still do that. Something's wrong. I could feel it. Do I need to have both of these? Hang on. Oh. All right, never mind. I'm idiot. Okay, so go over here, take the blue, connect it, right? That powers up this half. And so again, why didn't I just think of that immediately? What's wrong? Okay, hold up. Maybe, because I think I'm supposed to be having the unless, hang on, I could just do the same trick that I did earlier that I didn't do at the last time I played this game, where I pick this one up and have that set up, then we jam this one and have, all right, we jam it and put the jammer in the correct place, right? Oh, I'm so smart. I'm so intelligent. All it took was just like going to sleep.
I sent the drone to have a look at one of the other puzzle clusters. It seems they remain inert until they're connected. I uploaded the pictures to the log.
Should we check them out with the VTOL?
Let's conserve fuel as much as we can. There's no point in going there if it's all dead.
All right, so next up is trying to find where the next. Do I want to talk to you, Yakut? I like his voice, so you know what?
I can't stop thinking about Miranda, a new person not born in New Jerusalem.
Oh yeah.
Can you imagine that? I wonder what it's like to be her. That's true. Just look at our team. Imagine getting your worldview from Byron versus, say, Melville. The outcome couldn't be more different. Which brings us back to the question of who built this place. Guess we'll have to wait and see.
All right, what else you got to talk about, Yakut? Do you want to solve some of these puzzles?
Oh no, please. No puzzles. I'm so bad at puzzles. I barely got out of the booting process. Elohim thought I
Coward.
might be defective.
All right. Then what's the farthest you've been away?
It might be this. Although there was an expedition to a superconductor storage facility up north, incredibly well preserved, but the logistics were an absolute nightmare. Now that I think about it, there might be some of that in you.
What, the superconductor? Huh. So is it? Which one did I just do? I'm unsure. Which one did I just do? Why did I click on social media? I'm getting away from social media by playing video games. I realized that I'd been scrolling through Twitter following page like five times looking at the same stuff and was like, nah. Oh, I did one of the Lost Labs? Okay. I still think it was really funny how I got out of the RoboTube and they gave me the iPad with all the social media junk on it. And it's like, you know what? No wonder these human tubes are fucked. I still think that was probably the funniest thing that I said out of pocket. Ah, 5. Here we go. What have you got? You're probably a sane puzzle, considering how you're like a primary puzzle to be completed and an optional one. I feel like my way of doing puzzles is very strange because I often go through with like figuring out what you can and cannot do, like having that first and then going through all the options that I have available. So it feels like a batch list, a brute force. Okay, so I know from previous experience that I could do that and then do this, right? And that opens up that. So what I think I gotta do is have this set up beforehand. So I set this up in a way. I set this up beforehand in a way where, sorry about my microphone. I set this up beforehand in a way where we get both the blue here and in here. But we can't have the lines overlapping because then that would never work. So take the inverter, get over here, it becomes red. Actually, hang on. Is that something that can happen? No. Damn. Hang on. Damn. All right. I tried. I knew that was going to be like some extreme jank. That would never have happened, but I thought I would try. So what if I placed it? Nah, okay. Never mind. Alright, so instead... I hate hearing that ticking sound. I hate hearing the ticking noise. So in order to make use of that red one, we have to use the inverter. Because there's no other place that uses red. Open it up. We use it as blue. So I thought that I could connect this blue to that blue using this crystal. And as it was opened, well, I can't come back in and redo it, so it has to, I have to have it all set up to where it functions as a closed circuit before I turn it on. Okay. There has to be some sort of like specific degree that you get in order to make music for puzzle games, because I feel like music for puzzle games has to be made in a very particular way. You can't have it be like too active, because you're not playing Doom, you're not playing a crackhead game like all the crackhead games that I play. And I'll finish that thought eventually, don't you worry though. So we've already determined this does not work, because as soon as this turns on, that comes in and blocks it off, right? I knew that would not work the moment I stepped into this puzzle. What can I do? I'm actually like kind of terrified to play through this game, because the first Talos principle had a lot of questions about what is conscious and what could count as a sentient and sapient organism, and whether or not that could be a actual living creature or not. And that's just like transhumanism in a nutshell, right? It's one of my favorite topics. I enjoy talking about it. Well, maybe not talking about it. I just enjoy thinking about it, right? And Talos Principle 2 seems to be about finding hopes and dreams, or finding purpose within that life that you're given, right? And that's terrifying to think about, because I ain't got those. I ain't got that. And I feel terrified thinking about it. I would love to have a dream. I would love to have goals and aspirations, but I'm simply too tired. think it's important to have a goal or a dream. I think it's important to have that aspiration because it gives, like, it doesn't have to be anything big, right? It could be like, I want to make a garden, right? It's just like some goal to give yourself, which is kind of why I picked up, one of the reasons why I picked up becoming one of the many gajillions of YouTubers on streaming platforms, because it was something to do. It was a goal to work for, because if you don't have any goals, it feels like you're, I don't know, wasting your life. Well and truly, it does. Wait, can I do this? Hang on. Huh. I didn't have to do it all at once. All right, cool. Talk about goals and aspirations and dreams more often. There we go.
That was really kind of excellent.
Thank you, Melville. I think that was what was truly missing from the first Talos principle. It was people telling you, "Oh, hey, you did a great job, sweetheart. You did so good, darling. Oh, love how amazing and gargantuan your brain is. I love how many folds there are. I think that's so hot. Oh, you are the most attractive person for playing Talos Principle 2. Oh, I want more of you. There needs to be more people like you playing our video game and getting huge brain juice to flow." Oh, that was the element that was missing from the first Talos Principle. Getting the Sarli Sundari engineer robot girl to say, "Oh, you know what? You ain't that bad." Like, oh, yes. Where am I going? I just did a whole ass circle while talking. I can't I can't both talk and do things at the same time. I'll get the hang of it eventually, I'm sure.
Every site we've investigated has had one of these labs, but they seem primitive compared to some of the technology we're seeing above ground.
Are we even sure that the labs and the puzzles belong to the same people?
There seems to be a connection between the experimental setups in the labs and some of the puzzle technology.
Correlation does not necessarily imply causation, though.
True. But just because we don't understand the connection, that doesn't mean it's not there. What we have here is two things that reflect each other. We just don't understand how that reflection works or what causes it.
Maybe Miranda can tell us.
I mean, I went around in a circle whenever I was talking for a reason. After a lifetime dedicated to the written word, I'm faced with a task that I could never have expected. Writing an epitaph not only for myself, but for my species. In the unlikely event that Alexander Drennan is successful, and one day someone reads this, what meaningful insights can I share into this strange phenomenon that is humanity? I spent days thinking about it, but now I'm running out of time. So I'll set down the one thought that I simply can't shake. It did not have to be this way. With more time, we could have found a cure. With a few political victories, we could have been prepared. With change any factor, even by a little, and we would have made it. This isn't divine punishment. It's just dumb luck. I'm reaching for something here, but I don't know what it is. Forgiveness? Grace? Acceptance? No, I hate the idea of accepting this. Hope, maybe. I feel like this story is unfinished. Maybe it should be. No epitaphs for humanity. I pray Drennan is right. Miranda says it didn't have to be this way. And then what I assume to be the Athena, the first character, the one that mattered, the one who made this place. Oh wait, and yet it was okay. There's one other person, right? Karen from 51 Tales by Lord Dunsany. Lord Dunsany? Karen leaned forward and rode. No, I'm tired. Wee. I'm gonna grab a drink. Hang on. Oh, I ordered a new chair. It's like a $70 office chair. And I swear, the moment that I ordered my chair, I pressed the sorry, I bumped my microphone. I pressed the buy now button on Amazon. The chair that I currently have that is like on its last legs, kind of just like breathed the last bit of dust that it had left in its lungs, and kind of broke even further. The only thing that is currently stopping it from just fucking falling on the floor and dying, it's like having all of its legs spread out and just being fucking dead, is I think just basic physics. I think just the fact that some pins and some things are made of steel and a hardened material is all that's keeping it from just like splaying out onto the floor. So hopefully whenever my chair gets here on Monday, I'll stop having a chair that leans to the right, and I'll stop having a seat that is worn out, and I'll stop having arms that don't support me, and then I'll stop having this pain in my lower back. Well, no, the pain in my lower back's from my day job. It's from whenever I work, and I work a manual labor job. Karen from 51 Tales by Lord Dunsany. Karen leaned forward and rode. All things were one with his weariness. It was not with him a matter of years or centuries, but of wide floods of time, and an old heaviness and a pain in the arms that had become for him part of the scheme that the gods had made, and was of a piece with eternity. If the gods had sent him a contrary wind, it would have divided all time in his memory into two equal slabs. So great were all things, always, where he was, that if any radiance lingered a moment among the dead, on the face of such a queen, perhaps as Cleopatra, his eyes could not have perceived it. It was strange that the dead nowadays were coming in such numbers. They were coming in thousands, where they used to come in 50s. It was neither Karen's duty nor his wont to ponder in his gray soul why these things might be. Karen leaned forward and rode. Then no one came for a while. It was not unusual for the gods to send no one down from earth for such a space, but the gods knew best. Then one man came alone. The little shade sat shivering on a lonely bench, and the great boat pushed off. Only one passenger. The gods knew best. And great and weary Karen rode on beside this little silent shivering ghost. And the sound of the river was like a mighty sigh that grief in the beginning had sighed among her sisters, and that could not die like the echoes of human sorrow failing on earthly hills, but was as old as time and the pain in Karen's arms. Then the boat from the slow gray river loomed up to the coast of Dis, and the little silent shade, still shivering, stepped ashore, and Karen turned the boat to go wearily back to the world. Then the little shadow spoke, that had been a man. "I am the last," he said. No one had ever made Karen smile before. No one before had ever made him weep. Miranda, there is an obvious, and perhaps intended, interpretation that this is the end of humanity, and the last shadow is the last human to live. But another interpretation is equally possible, that humanity has achieved immortality, and the last shadow is the last human to die. I prefer the latter. You know what, Miranda? I know that there are like a lot of I know that there are a lot of parallels between the Pandora's box Greek mythology and this game, right? So I'm thinking that Miranda is like the personification of hope, which is at the bottom of Pandora's box, and it shows, because damn, did I not think about humanity achieving immortality. I was definitely thinking, yes, humanity's fucking dead finally. That is anime protagonist Miranda says, no, you're wrong, humanity isn't dead. I'm like, god damn it, why not? I mean, oh yeah, you know what, that's a good interpretation, Miranda. Good job, good on you. You're such a bright spot in all of our lives. We all need a Miranda in our lives. If you're a happy and cheerful person, I love you. Did I already do this? Yeah, okay. I was looking at the compass at the top of my screen, thinking, you know what, I could find the other lab. Meanwhile, the clearly alchemical beaker symbol is like, you know what, that's probably the lost puzzles. And then I saw that triangle. I was like, hey, that's a lost lab, right? No, it's kind of not, Tilfin. That's another puzzle. So going back, let's see which puzzle I'm on. 6. All right, time to find 6. And I'm sure at some point I'll be really close to the other lost lab. Not the lost lab, the lost puzzle. What are they called? Lost puzzles. All right. Oh man, I haven't played this game in a while. More proof in the pudding, you know. Hidden. Oh boy. I went up to this thinking, you know what, that could be a ladder. No, I know what ladders look like. That's not it. That ain't it. That ain't it. Oh yeah, I can go through the purple. Okay, I have to have 2 objects. Yeah, all right, gotta have 2 objects. So currently don't have many objects to work with. Yeah, I've got an inverter and I've got a normal ass connector. So you know how I said that I like to take my puzzles in like batches where I figure out what all my pieces can fit together with, and it kind of is like brute forcing combinations and stuff. Now I'm like, what the fuck? what am I even interacting with? All right, I think I found it, because I'm pretty sure beams can go through. Oh, select. There we go. Balls. All right, well. Wait a minute. I would need to have both of these active. Hang on. What even is like the goal? Huh? The goal is to get both of these beyond this barrier here, right? So that I can put both of them down on a pad. So hold up a minute. Huh? 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 Maybe if I stare at it hard enough with one of my 6 eyes, then I'll understand. Hidden? Yeah, no shit. Hmm? Oh, I thought I was about to find something really, really cool. No, it's just like a flashing 6. No, it's just... I thought it was something that I would connect and interact with and be like, oh, hey, what? There's something neat and interesting? And no, it's just the number 6. It's a blinking neon 6. It's like the Denny's at 3 a.m. No, seriously, how do I... Hmm? Well, if I've got these two connected, right? Does that work? Ah, I think I get it. Hang on. There we are. So then I can move this. And I can put it here. So because I have, hang on, I'll just move this. I'll move this out a little bit. So now I have that blue connection up, right? Okay, so that'll keep that open. And then I can... Oh, it's so close. Hang on. I can almost have both of them open. But I need to see what... Oh, I can't interact with that. I cannot interact with that. Okay, because there are bars that are... There are clearly visible bars that I can peek through that block my lasers. Okay, never mind. JK, LOL. And so... Rather, actually, hang on. So from here, I can take you, and I'm a genius. Sick. Look at me solving puzzles that are meant to be solved. Look at me completing video games. Look at me enjoying and appreciating small puzzles and doodads. Let me clapping and saying, oh, I'm so smart. Whenever I just do the thing as it is intended. And then get rewarded with lady singing. We'll just let her rock. It's her time to shine. I can't say it's her time to shine or time to shine at all without thinking of the Titan AE, which was an old animated movie. Hang on, Titan AE. I got a 6 out of 10. 50% on Rotten Tomatoes. Suck my nuts. Eat my ass. Release date June 16th, 2000. I remember watching that as a wee lad. And I have It's My Time to Fly on like my YouTube music playlist. Love that song. Honestly, it probably is like a 5 out of 10 okay movie, but like, come on. I like that song. Now, what am I doing? What do you do, huh? I'll never know. How? Do I open you by... Hold up. There we go. So I could do that. But then we come into the problem of, you know, this barrier in the way, right? Yeah. And then as soon as I step off of this platform... Wait a minute. It did not do what I thought it would do. So, could I select, then put that down? And that's how that works. However, what? Oh, I'm an idiot that accidentally did the puzzle.
I'm impressed.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. I did not do my best. Ooh, Miranda. She's giving me the Slenderman static noise. Ow. My ears. Cease. Interact with her already. Come on.
There's so much to discover on this island that sometimes it overwhelms me. Every lake, every forest contains an incredible, interconnected, permanently changing network of organisms. And every one of those organisms is almost infinitely complex and contains other organisms within itself. It seems impossible to ever really grasp, but then, step by step, I do understand. It takes time and effort, but it's not impossible. And there's a lot of joy to be found in simply taking the time to truly study something. I spent 5 years studying a single flower, and it never got boring.
Holy shit, this woman. She is, she feels like she would be a very, very good DMC4 player. Okay, what do I mean by that? Just hear me out. Hear me out. Whenever you get into Devil May Cry, you're like, specifically if you start out with Devil May Cry 4, right? For some reason, that's like your intro to the series, rather than your friend that says, "Hey, you know what? Devil May Cry is fun." And you say, "Okay, cool. I'm going to play Devil May Cry. And which one should I start with?" The friend who is a Devil May Cry fan will tell you, start with 3. It is both like the chronologically first in the series, and it is like the intro to the series that everybody likes, and it sets the mood for pretty much the rest of the series. It's great. It's like a 10 out of 10 experience. So you give them with, you hook them with 3 first. But for some reason, your intro to the Devil May Cry series is 4. Whenever you start out with 4, you're kind of a little shitter. You are not very good at the game. But then if you decide, you know what, Devil May Cry is fun. Hold up, what is this? That's strange. I'm not sure what this fun thing is. It's so incredibly strange that I can play a game that is fun, and then you decide to play through it again on Son of Sparta. Then you learn more and more and more. You learn more about the game, and then finally you figure out what jump canceling is, and you just like pull more of these techniques, pull more of these really cool things, and you're just like, oh, I've been playing Devil May Cry 4 for 10 years and my hands are destroyed. Whoops. It feels like Miranda would be one of those guys that had played Devil May Cry 4 for 10 plus years and never got tired of the game because the game is just really, really awesome. And there's always more tech to discover. So apparently that flower might have just had a lot more tech in it than I thought. It's like, oh, cool. That face when you're not as interesting as a flower. Feels bad, man. I'm gonna save that one.
Time and effort.
Feels bad, man. There you go. What happened to my voice there? Why did I crack? Also, I feel like there's this small feeling in the back of my throat. It's the week of Thanksgiving, so I'm really hoping that I don't get sick. But also, weather has been fucking crazy. What I think I was going to do here? What am I doing? Good question. Where are the beams at? Hang on. All right, there's the red that will turn into blue, right? So, what am I doing? I don't really have another like connector or anything. Huh? This is weird. This is a weird puzzle. Hang on. So I assume if I open up this blue button, or I activate that blue button, then it'll drop the force field around it, and then I won't need to deal with that anymore, right? I need to get it to that, because I think that's like the last step, because if I get there, then I will have two inverters with which to connect straight in a straight line over to there. So I need to find a way to get the blue light out. I being misled, perhaps? Yeah, okay. So now, okay, now I understand what's going on. All right, cool. Now I know exactly what it is. Foot. Now I understand everything. Go over here. Drop you in there, right? No. The answer all along was no. I'm still a doofus because I clearly can't put laser beams through bars. I see. So darn it. Can I jank my way through this one? Well, if I have to jank my way through it, then I'm not doing it correctly, right? Darn it. Anyways, well. Well, hang on. Okay, so I could dang trying to find my way back in because I think I know the solution, but it requires me to be able to see like that connector. That light right there. Okay. There. Okay. Now we take this, drop that, go over here, take this, over here. Boom. I'm good. GG, shake my hand. I'm actually going through these a lot faster than I thought I would. Oh, that was a lost puzzle. Huh. Whoops. did that on accident. Just like come across anything and everything, I will solve it. It's like somebody throw a Rubik's Cube at me right now. I will put all those colors all in the correct places. I will do it. I'm feral. I'm mad. I'm scratching my lizard brain. I have the lizard brain up and active and going furiously at the moment. Yeah. wonderful thing about just like sitting down and pressing the record button rather than start streaming button is I don't have to say that I'm going to the bathroom. It's just I go. It's like I get up and I go and empty my tiny 500 milliliter capacity. Well, I don't know how much is 500 milliliters. I just about started Google searching. It's like, you know what? I have such an awful capacity for figuring out just how much for like spatial reasoning that it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter if I Google searched it or not. I see. Okay. So I need to find a way to have an uninterrupted source of red into that button. But so far, the only tools that I have available to me are these. Whatever. Oh, right. There's a purple wall in the way. So I take this here, and then I can do that. Yeah? As soon as I pick this up, it's going to go to shit, right? Yeah, all right. All right, time to redo this puzzle. Hang on. All right. I didn't realize just how much shit it would go into, but all right. Time to dive right back in. All right. Alright, so I think I don't exactly need the dodecahedron there. I think I don't exactly need a floating thingy. I just said, oh, I'm going to use the floating thingy because it's fun. Because I like the floaty thingy. We don't get to see a floaty thingy very often. But I'm still trying to like piece it all together in my brain. Good old water. Isn't there something that you can do with your voices, like vocal fry, where you don't drink a lot of water and then you have like that weird rumble in the back of your throat? And that's kind of what morning voice is. Because before I started like streaming and talking to myself a lot, I would say perhaps 5 words a year. it was really bad. I just didn't talk. I had nobody to talk to, had no reason to talk, and I was just not playing video games online using voice chat. There was no reason for me to use my voice, so I just didn't use it, so I would never notice. But now that I've been talking like darn near every single day, I have noticed that I can manipulate my voice in different ways depending on how much water I have consumed. It's odd. What was I doing? So I can hold on. Okay, yeah, okay. All right, okay. No, I can't remove the dodecahedron because there's a purple wall. Forgetting shit. You know, the thing that I do. All right, time to hop up and down. Time to do this thing. Hang on. There we go. Now it's up forever. And now I take you as a source of red, you as a source of blue. No. This doesn't work. All right. All right, just checking. Just checking that would never work. I'm also surprised at just how suddenly it just didn't work. That's kind of funny. So I keep that inverter dodecahedron up there so that I can keep this door open so that I can come in. But I need to have a blue and a red beam in here independently. So the wheels are turning, the cogs are cogging. I'm spinning tires. Oh man, I hate that fucking I hate that term. Why do I hate it? It's because I live in Redneck County. I live in you may or may not have been able to tell, but I do in fact have a southern accent, which means that I have lived in the South at a point in my life, right? So I get a front row seat to a lot of truck bullshit. And I ain't so much a fan. I'm damn tired. Can I just like hot swap? Just like put that there. Darn. What? Huh? Oh no. Oh no. Hold up. Okay. So could I? No. Never mind. Did a hot swap, right? Then why did I push the save recording button? Hang on. But I hate anything that has like car analogies, because I have also a disgust of cars. And because of that, well, okay, my brain's frying, not trying to focus on like solving a puzzle which requires brain power, and then also trying to keep a conversation with myself, which also requires an immense amount of brain power. And it's like, man, why am I bad? Why do I have this skill issue? Okay, so I think so from there, hang on, hold up, I think I'm brain blasting. Hang on, hold up. Okay, sure, whatever. There we go. Hold on. There we go. Yes. I'm a genius. Hold on, I gotta look at something. Oh no. There we go. Hold on. There we go. Could I? Alright, there we go. Okay. Just figuring things out. Alright. Oh, now I can talk about why it is that I don't like spinning my tires and analogies involving cars. The reason is you may have figured out, but I am incredibly southern. I have grown up around many cars and vehicles, of which I hate. I have always hated cars and stuff, even before I started thinking about public transportation and city design and all that stuff, and why it is that I'm a person who is not allowed to leave their home in the middle of the fucking woods. And pretty much everything that is involved a car or a truck, I have been around, and I don't care. I do not like trucks nor cars, and having any analogies that involve trucks and cars is just like remind me of the fucking rednecks that I live around.
Thought we'd found all the weird stuff.
Success. It worked. I made a statue. Well, it have to work. The design wasn't balanced, so it fell over and broke. It's very dramatic, but the good news is that it all works in principle. Imagine what we could do using some part of the environment. Miranda. Trevor.
So, humanity is great. I really believe that. And that's why I'm here. But I
Fair.
have to be honest with you, individual people, not always my favorite.
Huh.
I'm not the smartest guy ever, and I know that. But there are some people, man, some people are just so dumb. I don't even know if they're actually conscious. Sometimes I think their whole lives might be like a dream. They're just stumbling around, no idea what's going on.
Oh no, I think I was
mumbling
talking
some
about this earlier.
random nonsense. And the thing you have to understand about our time period is that a lot of these people wield enormous power. They run whole countries and corporations. Yeah, that's right. We've handed over our civilization to people I wouldn't trust to tie their own shoelaces. And if they're dumb, then what are we? I don't honestly have an answer to that, so just please try to do better.
I was like, oh no. It starts as like kind of a backwards view, right? Where people are dumb, but a person is smart. But Trevor went around and said, you know what? Individuals are also really fucking dumb, and people are kind of pretty decent on the whole. It's like, huh, all right. And then dude said some guys just like live their life stumbling around not knowing what to do. It's like, you know what? That's why we have dreams. That's why we have aspirations and stuff. It's like, I remember, you know, mentioned it earlier. It's like, just have a dream, have any sort of a goal. Just do a thing, right? And that's kind of why I'm terrified of playing this game, because it's kind of reinforcing that nerve. Please pick up a hobby. please try and find joy and meaning in your life rather than just existing, right? Ooh, new thingy to prevent a new thought from entering my head. Please let me consume.
The rotting remains of the old world should fill me with melancholy. Even here on this remote island, our ancestors could not escape their fate. And yet, I find there is something pathetic about these ruins that evokes anger and even contempt. I feel it is a mistake to accept this catastrophe with equanimity. What we see here should offend us. When witnessing this triumph of entropy, we should aspire to a warrior spirit. Even a kind of hate of the past and its failures that will never allow such a thing to happen again.
All right, fair. Yeah, this game also feels like a very terrifying game to stream because it does have a lot of philosophy in it. And while I'm so incredibly good with reading and thinking about philosophy, it's also, don't talk about it online. it's also definitely just like, don't be a philosopher online. Nothing will ever go correctly. Wait, now what's the end goal? Where am I building to, right? I think that's, oh, hang on. There we go. I'm a genius. Well, no, I'm not a genius because that was really, really easy. Hmm? Okay, yeah, all right. I think this is the first time that I have the very first time that I did one of these puzzles and it wasn't first try. Balls. There we are. I did it. All right, into the Halo graph beam.
When the craftsman Daedalus was imprisoned in the very labyrinth he had created, His only solace was his son, Icarus. To escape their plight, he fashioned wings of feathers and wax. He warned his son to fly neither too high nor too low. But his son, enraptured by the freedom of flight, flew too close to the sun. Thus the wax in his wings melted, and he fell to his death. What was the sun's error?
Huh. Okay, so hubris is like the classic theme of the story of Icarus, right? But I like how they have different perspectives. I mean, ultimately, I don't think that whatever I choose is going to matter, but it's kind of cool to talk about, right? And that's what makes Talos Principle really cool. Like, even though I was just saying it's really cool to talk about because it's philosophy, and philosophy is dangerous to talk about online, especially coming from somebody who doesn't have any sort of actual scholastic knowledge of how to discuss things or how to think about things, or is just generally not all that intelligent. It's, I don't know, it's neat to talk about. So disobedience and hubris are kind of the same thing, right? In this instance, hubris, you know, obviously not the exact same thing as obedience. Pride and obedience are not the same thing. Disobedience, but like that would also fit with the theme of what the classic tale would be about, because it's just like one of those stories that you would tell to your kids, like, hey, don't go over here or else bad things happen to you. That would be the fable part of the story. It's like that would be another classic reason as to why the story exists. Just listen to your parents and you don't fucking die in the ocean. Carelessness is actually probably the answer that I would give, right? Because the wings work. He was given like the training that he needed, so like he works, like he's able to fly and he's able to use his wings and stuff, so the plan would work. Daedalus actually does in fact get out of the labyrinth, and he does go on to do other stuff. I don't exactly remember what it is that he does, but I'm pretty sure he goes on to make more stuff for someone who wasn't the king of Crete. But all that Icarus had to do was fly and properly use the tools that was handed to him. So impatience isn't exactly like a correct term. It's like, well, impatience isn't exactly something that would be very, very bad here. That's not exactly what I would believe to be what he did wrong. But for the purpose of answering with impatience, it's like, yeah, say Icarus did in fact get out of the labyrinth using the wax wings, and he still wanted to soar higher because he liked the sensation of flying, then yes, that would in fact be what he did wrong. If he were careful enough and was like, oh yeah, I really, really enjoy flying, I want to fly higher again someday, then yes, what he did wrong was being impatient. Because then he could go back and make better wings and be the Wright brothers, and that would be great. Lawlessness feels like it's the same. It fits the same themes of hubris and disobedience, where it would be. That would be the theme that you get from somebody who is trying to enforce public order. So Daedalus and Icarus flew too close, or Icarus flew too close to the sun. And the reason he was trying to fly in the first place was because he was imprisoned with his father, so as to create more and more inventions for the king of Crete. And because Daedalus and Icarus did not want to make them, they plotted their escape. But the king said, no, you have to stay here. So they were punished for breaking the law. That's one such perspective, sure, but it's probably not going to be the perspective that most people would have. You would have that perspective only if you're trying to speak this story as a fable to people that you want to keep in line, as you are a person in a position of power and trying to enforce your authority or your laws on somebody. And then idiocy, I think even like the developers think that it is a stupid answer, because the wings worked. They work. They're not stupid. They're not idiots. They made this stuff. It's like, if you ever look up the Devil's Core, right? It's like, why did all these scientists die from this? What, are they stupid? No, they're not. It's just like, oh shit, we accidentally dropped a pin, and then now we're all dying from severe, intense, acute radiation poisoning. And they're all like some of the brightest minds that humanity had at the time. They're not stupid. It's just a thing happened. So Icarus and Daedalus had wax wings, and they worked. They weren't dumb. So for my own answer, it's going to be carelessness.
Or was it Daedalus who was careless, giving the wings to Icarus, knowing that all young men are rash?
Wrong.
After the death of his son, Daedalus withdrew in sorrow to a foreign land. King Minos came looking for the craftsman to exact his revenge. The answer to a riddle revealed where Daedalus dwelled, but for Minos, that answer was his ruin. Consider King Minos burned in his bath as you seek your own answer.
Okay, I thought that Minos was the Minotaur. Might be. Recording this on
The megastructure. It's opening.
3 receivers, 3 towers, 3 beams, as we suspected. I think this is an invitation.
Doesn't look that inviting to me.
If you consider the size of the entire structure, then that opening must be big enough to drive a building through.
Or the VTOL.
You want us to go in there, into the creepy triangular maw of death?
More of death? I think it looks charming. To quote 1K, come on, Al, live a little.
If this place is dangerous, it could pose a threat to New Jerusalem. We have to investigate.
Oh, all right. I'm not winning this, am I?
Nope.
Nope. Let's meet up with the VTOL, everybody. We're going in.
All right, sick. Well, recording this on Men's Day. Recording this on Men's Day, and hearing all young men are rash, it's like, you know what? That's an overgeneralization. Not every young man is rash. Many of them are quite sensible. Many of them are not, in fact, rash, because people are people, and people are different.
By the way, I finished my analysis of the particle clouds. At first I thought they might be some kind of nanotechnology, but I was wrong. It's a lot worse than that. What we're looking at is a completely unknown type and state.
I see the the OBS lagging a bit. So I'm going to fiddle with some of the controls a little bit.
Of matter. Completely inexplicable within our understanding of physics. Created and manipulated by someone.
Fascinating.
Hmm.
Come on, people, get on board. We haven't got all day.
So able. Oh,
Take us in.
Aye, aye, sir.
sorry. I'll shut up. I will remain quiet.
Have any of you ever read an ancient writer called Ian Banks? I guess not. He postulated the concept of the outside context problem. That's when a society encounters something so advanced, so different, that they simply could not have conceived of it. That's what this is. This whole place is one giant outside context problem, and we're headed right into it.
That kind of feels like an exemplification of just how incredibly uninspired and unimaginative the human twos are. If they cannot, or they could not conceive of a mega structure made up of puzzles that was intended to give people hopes and dreams, or like the idea of aspiring to hopes and dreams, disregarding the fact that it probably was in fact made by one of the very first human twos, and they're calling it like something that they could never have conceived of. And it's like, you know, maybe the human twos are kind of screwed, but it's also kind of, you know, normal. It's like you don't get stuff right on the first try, right? Food for thought.
I think I can set down over there. Should I?
In the
Please
giant
do.
spotlight.
I can't wait to get a closer look.
Setting down.
Okay, everyone. We need to explore as much as we can, separately if need be, but stay in touch. Record anything interesting you find, and pay special attention to any clues as to who built this place and why.
The schematics we found in that lab were extremely incomplete. So if you can find any more of those, that would be great.
I think someone should stay at the VTOL just in case.
I volunteer you. See you later, Al.
I think that's amenable to Al, if I know him. I was looking at these pebbles and rocks because they looked like basalt structures, just like tiny little. It's like I want to go to the Mediterranean at some point. I want to visit them and look at the hexagonal rock structures. They look so cool because that's what I thought these were. They were just kind of like rising up out of the ground, but no, they seem to be just like, you know, normal square rocks. Is it basalt? I'm looking at it now. Basalt rock structures. Yeah, all right. Rocks are cool. I like rocks. I actually considered becoming a geologist at one point. Like, as I was going through college for a computer science degree, we have to have like these extracurricular-ish science classes. We got to choose from physics, geology, chemistry, and biology, and I chose geology because I like rocks. This place is pretty. I like rocks a lot. Sedimentary rocks kiss my ass though. Fuck sedimentary rocks. Them shits are hard to differentiate. Explore the area? Oh, I will. Just wanted to take a look around before I touch things. Chernikevsky. In our likeness, essays on humankind reaching adulthood. What I propose then is that we are not born as entirely free agents responsible only for ourselves. The very core of what we are, our sentience, separates us from and elevates us above the animal kingdom. As I have argued, this is not a matter of arrogance, but of responsibility. However, this blessing also demands something else from us, something more personal than irresponsibility, and that is loyalty. Our ancestors, less atomized than we are, experienced a crude version of this loyalty, swearing allegiance to tribes, races, nations, and other such semi-fictional concepts. This fragmented understanding was easily exploited and led to many conflicts. We can condemn them for that, or we can choose to believe these were necessary historical steps towards our growth. But above all, we must stop indulging in such childlike behavior. Our species can no longer afford to believe in Mother Russia or Uncle Sam. Neither, however, can we afford to indulge in the adolescent rebel's misanthropy, rejecting the many gifts we have been lucky enough to receive, not from above, but from the history of our species. To put it simply, each of us owes a burden of loyalty to humanity itself, to the human project across time and space. This is not a minor matter, or some abstract issue for philosophers. It is a profound and significant part of every human life. It is a universal source of meaning and insight that can bind us together and set us on a path for a brighter future. And it is also a division, a line that must hold that, a line that must held against those who, Look at me getting like absolutely screwed over by noticing one weird verb tense. I'm thinking, wait a minute, am I the wrong one? I'm so easily gaslit. I need to get some self-confidence. It is a universal source of meaning and insight that can bind us together and set us on a path for a brighter future. And it is also a division. Well, the fact that you have a semicolon and a conjunction is also a grammatical error. Minus points. A line that must held against those who preach the gospel of self-annihilation. We ignore it at our peril. Chernikevsky, like Drennan, stood by this belief to the bitter end. Without him, the archive would not exist. As we owe humanity our loyalty, so we owe a more personal debt to those individuals who gave everything for our story to continue. Okay, so these are like this area here is like a monument to very key human philosophers that made the inspiration for this mega structure, right? It looks really cool. Has to be like UV lighting, else this grass and stuff would not exist. All right, out of the fucking way, Melville. I want to read. Move it, lady. Move it. Move! No! You read too slow. Okay, she blinked. She's not dead. She's not dead on her feet. She's not soulless.
Isn't this an incredible space? Look at it all. It's beautiful.
Elder Scrolls Oblivion. That's what I was reminded of. Just like the sudden pan and zoom in onto a face. And I was about to say, stop right there, criminal scrum. Your spree is at an end. Pay the quarter fine or serve your sentence. Your stolen goods are now forfeit.
That's good. That's excellent. I find that a lot of people these days can't see the beauty in things created by human hand. They can look at an ant colony or a coral reef and be impressed, but if it was made by humans, they just don't see it. It's good to be humble as an individual, but we have to be careful not to lose track of our accomplishments as a species. If we're impressed by the complex patterns produced by animals, then this should be breathtaking.
Well, I think the reason why a lot of the human twos are not all that impressed by human constructs and structures is because we keep seeing, sorry, I'm going to use the royal we, but we keep seeing stuff that implies that humans were kind of really fucking stupid and led to the destruction of their own race and the planet that they live on, right? So they kind of apply that sort of impression to everything that humanity has. So anything that a human has made is like, oh, well, it was made by a human, it's whatever. They off themselves and the world. So anything that they made couldn't have mattered. It's like whenever people do not enjoy Nickelback, but it's like, okay, they may have made Far Away, but it's a Nickelback song, so it's not good. Meanwhile, me over here enjoying Far Away and Satellite and all the other ballad songs that they made that are like really good. It's like, oh shit. I will always firmly stand by that. Even if I don't like something, they almost always have like one good thing that I can enjoy, right? So, I don't know. Interesting thought. Who knows?
This thing seems to be broken.
Uh-huh. Stand back. Aw. I was going to fix it. Me, the player character. That appears to not be the case.
Hold on a second, 1K.
Woman?
I think I can find an override for that door.
Maybe after that, you can help me with this elevator?
One problem at a time. What's going on with these fast structures? Okay, door should be opening. Now, about the elevator.
Actually, the elevator's fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Sus.
No idea where I am, but it's working.
Don't go too far. Try to circle back.
On it.
I love this environment. This is such a really cool environment. The only thing that can make it better is if they also added in like water flowing off, you know? That would be, that would make it like my favoriteest environment in any video game. It's just like this weird cubism combined with leafy foliage and good lighting and fog and stuff, and it's like, oh, it's like just the right amount of both. It's like human construct and natural organisms. Like, oh, look at here, oh, it's awesome. It reminds me of one of my favorite pictures that I took whenever I was in Tokyo was I'll probably show it up on screen at this point, but it was a point where, never mind, we're talking.
Hey, 1K, can we talk for a second?
Well, sure.
That whole thing with the elevator just gave me the creeps.
True. You were at the elevator and you are now here before I am.
When we first arrived here, I was really excited. It's such a huge place. The technology is so advanced. If we figure out what it all means, we could really change the future of New Jerusalem. The mayor says we have to avoid repeating the mistakes our ancestors made, to stay humble, to not reach too far. And that sounds very abstract, but I've seen the ancient cities. I've seen how much they built, how much they grew, how far they fell. So I've been thinking, what if all this sets us on the same path? What if this is too much power for anyone to control?
I like all these different prompts for philosophy. I like how the game forces you to stop and think about things, and then it presents you with different philosophies or different opinions or different perspectives. I really like that, because I was thinking about it the other day, where episodes are, for like television shows and stuff right nowadays, they're they have all their episodes released at the same time, and so what that does is encourages binging. And whenever you binge something, you often don't give yourself enough time to analyze or to critically think about something. And I really think that having episodes released like once a week is probably a lot better than just like having access to all the other shows or all the episodes at the same time, because you get to sit down and you think, okay, what happened? What was the purpose? What was the theme? What could go on? You get to really think about what it was. So I really like that Talos Principle 2 forces the player to do that. So yeah, I'll go with 3.
Then what do you think it was?
Shit, he followed it up. Okay, so while I was talking about how I enjoyed the fact that they forced the player to stop and think about things, I was messing with a I don't know, like a bit of hard skin scab that was on the cuticle of my thumb, and it wasn't like coming off, so it just bothered me. So I just got up and put a fingernail clipper to it, but I didn't say anything about it because my brain was like, you're not streaming, you don't have to tell people that, you don't have to put stuff on screen, say, hey, I'm away. And so if you're watching the recording, if you're watching like the full unedited portion of this, my bad. I just spent like a minute or two just going and cutting stuff off of me. I had to rip skin and stuff to like keep my brain from being bothered. But back to this discussion on philosophy. I really like this one. I really like the fact that this option exists, because human 2s are definitely different from human 1, right? But that's mostly just their biology and the fact that they're still kind of infantile. They still aren't quite humans. But I think I'll answer with this one with they weren't careful about the side effects of their growth. Otherwise, the virus would never have been released, right? Because I don't know. Because well, that in a game about philosophy that I really enjoyed discussing about, it's just like saying just because is a cop-out answer and not good. So more control over their biology that would survive is a very narrow pointed answer. They could have died to pretty much anything else other than the virus, and I believe they did say that they were in fact destroying each other through war and stuff. Got their priorities wrong. Again, same thing as the first. They would have died from something else. So 3 it is, because bad luck is just like bad luck is you had full control over everything pretty much. It's like, it was not bad luck, it was a system that collapsed in on itself very purposefully, and it could have stopped. It could have been prevented, it could have been avoided. It was not bad luck, it was intentional, be it malicious or from compliance. So careful, they weren't careful about the side effects.
But that's exactly what the mayor thinks. Their obsession with growth damaged the planet, and that's what killed them.
I like 2.
You're right. Sometimes I just get too pessimistic. We do have choices to make. That was the whole point of the simulation. Thanks for talking to me, 1K.
No problem.
I know we're in the middle of something, but I kind of needed that.
Because you can sustainably grow, right? And we have tools to prevent really bad things from happening. Hang on. I'm gonna take a small moment. I wanna wallpaper engine. I'm gonna launch this. So I'm just gonna sit and talk. What do I have in the background that I can play? Pearl Blue Soul. It's always Ridge Racer music. So I wanna launch wallpaper engine and see if they have any Talos Principle wallpapers, because damn, this game pretty. The first game was really pretty as well, but like I want to see if there are any. I want to see if there are any wallpapers, because right now my wallpaper is a Titanfall 2 wallpaper, a Devil May Cry 5 wallpaper, and then a members only wallpaper from Aki Rosenthal. I wanna stop, look, and see, right? So choose display, this one. All right, cool. Change wallpaper. Discover, search for Talos Principle. All right, they've got the classic Talos Principle 1 cat in hand, and then a gorilla. They've got the serpent's eye. That's cool. Train ride. The beach. Looking over. There are in fact nice Talos Principle wallpapers. They're just not the ones that I'm looking for. All right, so never mind. Tangent done. Back to the video game. Like, damn, I would love to have this as a wallpaper. That's like the ferrous magnet stuff that we saw in the lab, but we don't know what it does. I feel a sneeze. I'm dying.
Looks like another set of puzzles. Same pattern, 1 gate, 3 receivers. Like some sort of fractal symmetry.
You know, I like it. I like this view. This view, real fucking good. It reminds me of one Final Fantasy XIV Alliance raid. I thought you were a fucking dwarf. I thought you were a new character. But no. Ground just ate your legs. Oi. There we go. I'm a genius. There's this one Final Fantasy XIV raid that has this one section that is just like a long walking section featuring gigantic deep canyons like this and waterfalls, and I am a big fan of that section every time it comes across. I think it's Orban Monastery. I don't know. I don't know names. I don't remember a dang thing, right? It's cool, and I really like looking at it. And if I weren't always the tank main, if I weren't always tanking, then I would definitely be going through that section slowly every single time it pops up on my roulettes. Ooh, puzzle. I see. I'm a genius. I really hope that I don't start saying I'm a genius every time that I do something, because that feels like NPC behavior. And man, do I not like NPC. That was just like the weirdest fucking trend. Thank you, Byron. That's just like the weirdest trend. It's just like NPC streams. And it's like, why? I don't. There's a whole thing. It's fucking infuriating and mind-boggling, but I can't really put it into words other than, please, for the love of Winchester, just stop being a fucking money-baiting idiot. I don't get it. What's wrong with people?
I wonder how far down this goes.
Well, it doesn't go as far down as a Amazon warehouse. Like an Amazon warehouse has the same amount of fog, but I'm pretty sure the warehouse is bigger. Here, what we got going on here in this puzzle? Ooh, a ladder. What a three. Just a quick cheeky little what a thrill. Okay, we got another inverter that's not being used over here. What's the goal though? Okay, goal is get a blue over here, which means I need to get a red in here. Probably. think. Huh? Hold on, I'm trying to find all the things. So. I'll get a red in there. Then I would be able to connect that red to that inverter. That would become blue, which I could then use to go over there, right? Hoping that the laser is up enough that I can do this. There we go. Okay, that wasn't a difficult puzzle at all. It was just weird. Huh.
Well done.
Thank you. All right. I did it. I'm fucking sick. I got Tony Hawk in my DNA. Get out of here.
This is madness. Even the
This is
walls
Sparta.
are bursting with power.
I'll fucking do it again. Oh, I should probably do that VTuber self-introduction video. It's like it's just like a funny thing to do, and I have a joke in mind that I could do, but
I keep getting locked out of parts of the system. I think I've tracked down some more schematics though. Let's see. This might do something, or not.
well, it's just something that I would have to do at some point. Just take the time to like actually do the joke that I have in mind. There we go. I've done it. I've done the puzzle. I'm good. I'm sick with it. Oh, I didn't do a full 360. I failed that one. Failed that stunt check. Fucking dead. Splattered to the ground. Atomized. Broken ankles. These puzzles seem like significantly easier than everything else. Are you holding a... Okay, you are not holding a baby. You are holding a coin. Hmm. Oh. Huh? Like... Okay. Never mind then. Whoops. LOL. Then this way? No, not you. Probably, almost certainly not you. Could you? No, not you. All right. Then. Oh no. I think you might have heard my shirt just, it's like tectonic shift. Scary. What is the purpose of this place? Don't tell me there's like secret extra connection that I can make, right? Huh. All right, well, I suppose they are in fact interconnected. All right, well, Ah, I see. I understand. So. Wait, let me move this. There we go. Then we that. All right, I understand. I get it. I get it. I gotta move this one. Okay, got it. 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 That a true testament to like how weird this is set up. All right, I did it. Oh, give me water. Give me the water. Actually, I have water right here, but I also have chapstick on my lips, and I don't want to smear my chapsticks all over my my bottle.
The gate's open. 1K if you want to. Go ahead. I'll finish up scanning this.
Yeah. All right. Neat. Cool. So, anyways, as I was talking about chapstick, I don't want to smear my chapstick all over my water bottle. So, I'm just gonna wait for my lips to not feel like they're dried and dying. Actually, I'm really proud of myself. I've gone through. I have a pack of 3 chapstick things, right? And I've gone through an entire whole bottle of one of them. It's like, oh, sick. I used all of it, every last bit of it, and I didn't lose it. And now I'm like halfway through the second one. And it's like, oh, cool. I didn't waste like $12. Small thing to be proud of, but it is what it is. I got it. Ah, shit. Did I actually just press replay buffer save button twice? I don't know. This place cool. I like it. Question from Miranda. I was doing some reading while the last trial was running, and I came across something I don't understand. There are a lot of references to ancient humans feeling that science is boring. To me, everything we're studying is mind-bendingly incredible, whether it's a bark gluon deconfinement, quark gluon deconfinement. Oh, let me just read this entire thing again. From Miranda. I was doing some reading while the last trial was running, and I came across something I don't understand. There are a lot of references to ancient humans feeling that science is boring. To me, everything we're studying is mind-bendingly incredible, whether it's quark gluon deconfinement or anti-neutrino oscillations, or even something incredibly basic like the properties of light. I understand why our ancestors cared about art, why a beautifully crafted story or a poem was moving to them. But how could they not see that everything that surrounds us is just as incredible? Studying science is like studying the most incredible machine ever created, a machine designed to build worlds and tell stories. How could they not see that? I'm sure there's a good explanation, but I don't get it. From Miranda. Actually, I'll talk about science in a bit. Ooh, neat.
Mother, what are you thinking about, Mother?
The Talos principle. You see, it has 2 applications. One is
Title
to the
drop.
self. It means facing the truth even if it frightens us. Understanding that living beings are machines and we can't afford to lie to ourselves. But that's just the beginning. The second application is to the world. This one seems easier at first. It's less difficult to understand that the universe is a machine governed by laws.
So we and the universe are the same.
No, and that's the crucial part. We are conscious. Consciousness is rare, unlikely, but it's also the foundation of everything else. Without us, there can be no meaning. Without someone to perceive it, the beauty of the universe is pointless. But that shouldn't make us arrogant. No, in fact, it means we carry a tremendous responsibility. We are the light of the cosmos. And if we go out, there will be nothing but a cold, dark machine.
I believe that is the second. Oh, speaking of second. I believe that is the second time. Never mind.
The founder was here?
She could still be here. What if this is why she left, to build all this? We have to look for her.
I'm reading some pretty big energy spikes. I think we better scramble.
But she could be right here, right behind the next door. I could turn around a corner and walk right into her.
If she's really here, she'll still be here when we come back. But right now, safety needs to come first. Let's go, Byron.
You're... Oh. Damn you, but you're right. Heading back.
Okay. Title drop, Vine Boom, Vine Boom, Vine Boom, Vine Boom. What up? That text from Miranda said that there were a lot of people who found science to be boring, right? And I was just thinking of a streamer that I was watching, and it's just like she was just complaining about science existing and being taught in schools. Like, why are you taught how science works in schools? Why are you taught chemistry in schools? I don't care. I don't care. I don't understand. I don't want it. I'm never using it in real life. It's like, all right, sure, you ain't. It's like I think that is like the best thing that I've ever heard a math teacher say. It's like some guy complaining about why are we being taught what logarithms are? We're never going to be using this in real life. And the math teacher just like looks at him and says, sure, you aren't.
Was that really the founder?
I think so.
It was her. For years, I've wondered what happened to her, why she left, where she went, why she didn't tell me.
If the answers are here, I promise you we'll find them. We just have to be careful. Follow protocol.
Science and math are important to learn, even if you are never going to like actually apply them. Because mathematics is often like one of the first ways of introducing critical thought and puzzle solving to people at a young age. That isn't just normal puzzles, right? It's a bit more abstract, and it becomes more and more abstract and weird the further on up you get into it. Like I was looking over at fucking imaginary numbers because
I still can't believe the founder built this place. Has she been here the whole time?
We don't know that she actually built it. All we know for sure is that she was here at some point.
Of course she built this. Who else would have the kind of vision necessary to accomplish something like this? The question is why? And why like this? Why recreate all these aspects of the simulation? What is she trying to tell us?
It does seem like it might be a test. I can't imagine any other explanation. But why is it so broken? Or does it just appear to be broken so that we have to learn how to fix it? I hate this.
Well, I know one thing for sure. Everyone in New Jerusalem is gonna go absolutely nuts.
well, I still don't know exactly how long it took for 1,000 robots to be created, and I still don't think that it is like actually the thing that Athena wanted to do. It was just like a goal to give the human twos immediately afterwards, because she saw that they were lost. She saw that they didn't know what to do. She saw that they had no real hopes or aspirations other than don't be like the human ones, and don't expand too far, and don't have too much power, and don't like destroy the planet, right? So she left pretty early on during the goal, or during the plan, or whatever it was called. And I suppose she went out and repurposed this because I don't think that she built all of this by hand or by herself, because I think she only had like 2 or 3 other people, and she must have seen that they had no other goals or aspirations, so she just gave them busy work while she went out and did something that would evolve the human twos. Like, even the elected representation of the human city is, or not the human city, but like human 2 city, New Jerusalem, is someone who is too scared to continue doing stuff or to look for new things or to have anything other than follow orders like a robot. So that's what I think anyways.
All right, take us back to base camp, Yakut.
Yes, sir. I'm getting some new readings. Looks like 2 of the northern sites are lighting up.
I think that
sick.
may have been me. I suspect the puzzles are somehow tied to the transport system, like we're supposed to solve them in a particular order.
Well, we have the power of flight. Why can't we just fly there? I don't get it. It's like, what's wrong? Why do we have to take a functioning system that, well, why do we have to take a transport system that doesn't work?
All right, everyone. Our main objective is getting back into the megastructure. 1K, I want you on puzzles. You seem to have a knack for them.
Thank you.
The rest of us can't neglect our secondary objectives of studying this island and understanding this technology.
All right, where am I at currently? Okay, I'm currently at (1). All right, good, got it. Cool. So I can just walk out and start finding puzzles, right? Right? No, wait. I mean, things are here. Might as well. Ah, yes. Here we go. Give me the puzzles.
You should be headed towards an island off the northern coast. The terrain's pretty rough, so be careful.
The island has another island.
Huh?
How irritating.
What?
Huh. They didn't let her finish her voice lines. And they skipped another one of your coots. Ooh, snow, snow, ice, snow. Oh, there's supposed to be snow and ice on the weather forecast where I'm at, and I'm not looking forward to it. I love looking at snow. I love looking at cold areas. One of my favorite spots in Witcher 3 is Skellige, and there's something about the Skellige music that just sounds fucking magical. And just like, one of my favorite things to do in Witcher 3 is to just get on one of the rowboats in Skellige and just boat around listening to the music and just take in the scenery. It's so nice. I love it a lot. But actually living and existing in snow, actually touching it, it's like, oh no, please, no, please, oh god, which is my exact same reaction to seeing this shit, because I know what this is about. I'm about to do the recording mind bending stuff. No, my brain. Oh well.
What the?
look at that. I have the number 1000 on me. What about you? Wait, he also has a number 1000 on him. Sheesh. Okay. Okay, it's not the recording feature. It's not the recording tool that they haven't quite reintroduced that yet. Thank all the artillery in the great skies above. That hasn't come back yet. I know it'll come back. I know it'll be here. Ah, I see. Hold on a minute. I did this backwards. There we are. Okay. Now I understand. Upskirt? Nice. I'm a genius. Oh no, I'm doing it again.
Any further insights on the particle clouds, Melville?
To be honest with you, Byron, I feel like a caveman trying to study Bose-Einstein condensate. I'm seeing unknown particles whose every property violates the laws of physics, apparently capable of being controlled and recombined into just about anything. It's ridiculous.
Maybe someone in New Jerusalem can figure it out.
Sure, just give them another 1,000 years.
So Bose-Einstein, if you do not know, is a property of matter that is very, very close to Kelvin 0 or 0 Kelvin. And you can see the properties of light going through it. And it's actually like really cool to think about, where there's there is a way to study the properties of light, which is to watch it go through water, because the speed of light is not exactly constant. It will change depending on which medium it is in, and if its medium includes like Bose-Einstein, well, if you look at Bose-Einstein, hold up. If you take a look at light through Bose-Einstein, it is incredibly slow, because there's absolutely no energy in Bose-Einstein. So you can look at how light moves. Oh shit.
Wonka, I've been watching you solve these puzzles, and this body replication tech is incredible. It just casually blows up the very foundations of our society.
Not really.
Do you have any idea how hard it is to make more of us? We're not like a toaster. You don't just weld together a couple of wires and a motherboard and call it a day. Not to mention how hard it is to even find some of the materials. And this thing just, poof, new human.
Not necessarily, because the idea that it creates a new human is a bit flawed. This is like in Soma, right? I'm not going to talk too much about Soma. Just like, this is also something that happens in Soma, but the idea that it creates a new human is kind of a bit wrong, because my perception is still linked. My perception is continuous, and I do not create a secondary self. I just assume control over a different body, and it's continuous and it is fluid, and it does not change. It does not add additional perceptions or how I react to a different thing. So it doesn't exactly create additional humans. It creates a additional vessel for me to continue to perceive reality from a... Hi Byron, how you doing? It doesn't create a new human. That's it. It is a human body that I can also control. But my perception of reality is still very much the same. It is still not it's not broken. It does not create a new consciousness. It creates a different perspective for the consciousness to observe, but it does not create an entirely new person.
It was. Or was it? And even if it was, sorry to be heretical, but does it matter? If we can figure out how this works, we can finally, easily create more people. We can grow. We can expand. We can build a real civilization. Isn't that worth pursuing?
Our cosmic duty to spread consciousness is what Athena has been saying, where we have a responsibility, not an arrogance, but a responsibility to observe the world and give it meaning, right? And there are legitimate reasons to limit the population, and there is a point where there's enough people. This is not it, right? I really like there's some point where there's enough people. This is not it, because 1,000 people is not a lot, especially for how big Earth is, right? It's mind-boggling how incredibly difficult it is to perceive how big Earth is. Like, it's actually functionally, humanly impossible to grasp at how big our planet is. And 1,000 people is not a lot in the grand scheme of things. So, while yes, Melville is kind of like on the path of infinite growth and unsustainability, it's not all that big of a deal at the moment. So there is a point where there's enough people. This ain't it.
Look, yes,
All right.
large amounts of people can cause problems, but even the problems they cause are interesting.
Fair.
Because without people, the world is boring. I'm not even saying there isn't some planetary limit, but I've done the maths. It's in the high billions, not a measly 1,000. Anyway,
True.
we all need to think about what this means. Glad you and I are more or less on the same page.
Work. All right. Onward and upward.
This body replication technology is proof of just how vital this expedition is. We may not know how it works and what its limitations are, but the technology itself isn't even what really matters. What matters is to expand our imagination, to realize that other futures are possible. I'm glad you see it that way too, 1K. After all, the world is better with you in it, isn't it?
Aw. You're sweet. Checks notes. Who are you? Okay. We cannot have... Oh. Wait. hold up a minute. Hang on. We cannot just like yoink a cube out from under people. Give me that. Okay, and then I think this is what we do, right? Grab this, jump here, jump here. Take control of you, move you. Move the dodecahedron here. Dodecahedron is what is a dodecahedron? Why do I keep saying it? Dodecahedron. So it's D12. All right. Okay, so go over here, jump here, take control of bottom guy, jump up. Take control of upper guy. Jump up. All right, there we go. Good. I'm awesome. I can think things through. My neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity? More like neuro rubber ability. Fuck it, I'm lost. That looks like a lost puzzle to me. Up to the top we go. I love the new looks every single like section. Every time we go to a new section, we get new appearances. And it's great. And by new appearances, I mean stuff like how it just looks different. Can't exactly put the jammer on top of the platform, right? Yeah, okay. We've established that we cannot use the platform to put things on top of it. So, I think the goal is to move our guy up to the point where we are above this area, and then we can jam that. So new. Okay. Is there a ladder out? There's not a ladder out here. Okay. So hold on a moment. Not allowed to just jump out, right? Okay. Okay, just checking. So I think that is the basic rule of what it is that we're doing here, right? Oh, there's also line of sight to consider. Huh, okay. So I can also appear to move around with the jammer. Okay. So like if I move around with the jammer doesn't like immediately shut off. It'll still operate. I'll keep that in mind. I need to check something real quick. Okay, cannot jump out that way. Can I jump out this way though? No, I cannot. What about the other direction? Hup. Hup. Nope. All right. And I cannot jump out through there. So... Alright, so we know. Standing on top of Guy with the jammer will give the range that we need, or give the height that we need in order to jump, or to block that. However, that requires the effort of 2 people, and it will only block 1 at a time. What do I... Platform only works with getting people to stand on top of it. So platform only exists so that clone body can pick it up, and then you can stand on the clone body. Yar, this be rough. Cannot take control through force fields. Got it. Cannot take control through blue fields. Got it. Understood. I feel like I'm missing something. What was the name of this puzzle again? No, give me a hint. Passing through. Never mind, I ain't got anything. Okay, I can do that. But then I can't, like, jump back out. So now we're both stuck in here. But that worked for some reason. Huh. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like how the robot has an idle animation. I don't like how he breathes. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. That weirds me out. That makes it seem like it's an actual, like, living, unique creature, and not just a clone body ready for a consciousness to be dumped into it. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Actually, calling this robot a living creature kind of reminds me of this the one arc in Phoenix Wright, the second trilogy. Athena has a has a point where she's trying to like fix up her robot buddies, and she thinks that she treats them like real live individuals. Yeah, so she's like putting bandages and stuff on a robot to try and fix it. Oh, I'm yawning. Oh, and it's just I don't know, calling a robot a real living breathing creature, just like out of habit, just like without thinking, just maybe I am Athena. Not this Athena, not the Athena from Talos Principle 2, but Athena from Phoenix Wright Apollo Justice trilogy. I'm going to use the bathroom, so I'll be back in a bit. Ow. All right, I'm back. I have flopped down into my chair, and I swear another thing in my chair might have broken. I swear I felt it. I felt like nails driving into my ass. I felt like a screw is like just about to commit a mutiny. It's getting ready. There's a bolt in there that's trying its hardest to just poke out from the mesh and say hello to my sculpted behind. It's there. They've got a fucking revolt down there. New chair coming in tomorrow. Hooray. Hoorah. All right, it is now thinking time. FOD watchers, skip ahead 30 minutes as I try and figure out how to combine the pieces of this puzzle in my head. I try and think through this puzzle in my head and not think about the enchiladas that I could be making. It's like, oh man, I hungry, and I want some beef with some cream cheese mixed into it. That's, you know, another Hello Fresh cheat. It's They tell you how to mix cream cheese together with whatever ground beef it is that you've been using, and just make it better. So I think I want to find a way to get out of here with that force field up, right? I need to find a way to get out. I was trying to do that earlier. And I don't think that... Oh? But, well, Still... Oh. I think I soft locked myself. Because now I can't access anything in this puzzle. Well, whoops. I found a glitch in the testing AI. Sobbing. All right. We have a box. And we had to share the box. I feel like I'm on the verge of knowing stuff. I feel like there's just like one thing that I haven't done, and it is like the simplest thing. It is the simplest of things that I just haven't done yet. I'm pretty sure it involves it's like how to interact with both the jammer and the box while having this guy on the other side. I'm feeling like I need to keep the box here, right? But no, that's not it. What am I doing? What is the solution? Can't jam through bars. Hold on a minute. Okay, so I can take that from him, right? Okay. So I can't relinquish control. Hang on. We're going the extra jank length. Hold up. It's not going to work, but okay. Hmm. Had to tab out and look at something. Meanwhile, NPC Minecraft noises. See, this is the part where I thought, you know what, this would be a very terrible, awful, no good, very bad game to stream, because I've been stuck here for like 10 minutes just like staring at a wall trying to figure out new and different ways to think of things, and I just cannot because my brain doesn't work like that. Meanwhile, if I were streaming this game, it would be fucking infuriating to watch. But I'm enjoying my time, right? Even though it's like frustrating. It's like, so are the fucking Souls games. And that's kind of the point. It's not the frustration during it that matters. It's the feeling of accomplishment that you get during it. So like, winning, losing doesn't matter. It should be the act of doing it that is enjoyable. Which is something that is very hard to learn, something that is very hard to teach, something that is very hard to understand. But it's like, I don't know. I learned that after a very particular game of Paladins, which I will share that story whenever I hit a significant milestone. Who knows? Darn it. But what if? Hold up. I think the game is trying to figure out that I am janking through it. They knew. All right. Just checking. I didn't think that would work, but just had to check. Oh man, editing together this highlight is going to be such a pain in the ass. But in the great words of Cabal, is it work? Yes. That sounds like a lot of work. Yes, that's because it is. It is work. But honestly, I like doing it. I enjoy it. The worst that happens is just that I get bored and I get distracted. I'm so close to knowing something. I'm so close to being a knower. I'm so close. I can feel it. I can taste it. There's some sort of interaction here that I don't know about. There's something. I don't like that he blinks. That feels wrong. That feels like I should not have done it that way. But I've done it. I did it. I did it. Doesn't matter. I win. Oh. All right. Onward we go. Down here was 5, right? Yeah. All right. That wasn't really much of a lost puzzle so much as it was, oops. We made too many puzzles. Man, listen to this triumphant ass music. Oh. Congratulations, you smartered. Oh, thanks. I always knew that I could be smartered. Sick. Huh? What is it? What is this place? I can't interact with anything yet. What? Huh? Where am I? Oh, you fucker. This game. I got. Oh, this game. Bastards. I'm fucking Looney Tuned. Well, anyways. Like this place was called The Gift, right? And it's like, oh cool, the solution to the puzzle is, the end goal is right up there, and there's a dude that I can control right in front of it. Huh. This might be like, you know, in Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild, where sometimes they're just shrines that are just gimmies, right? No, I got GG easy. And then, well, I think I need one of them, right? So I think we're just back to square one, because as soon as I take this, that closes, and then that's nah, right? Unless balls. Hang on. Just a little to the right. A little bit more to the right. A little bit more to the right. Oh, you fucking video game. They're gonna be able to grab that from up here, right? Eat my butt. Like I got. No, I didn't. I got myself. That's the original body.
I can't imagine spending years in such a desolate place.
I can.
For what? Science? Enlightenment? I'd much rather be back home in New Jerusalem.
I think it's beautiful in its own way. But I don't understand how our ancestors could survive here. They were so fragile. Imagine getting stuck out here in the cold. I wonder if there are wolves.
It's kind of a miracle biological humans lasted as long as they did.
I can imagine being incredibly alone for several hundred years. Well, maybe not 100, but like for a very, very long time. Because you know what? I lived that. Imagine why I started streaming. The Thrasier.
As we continue exploring the cold northern reaches of the island, the contrast between the harshness of this place and the softness of New Jerusalem becomes more and more pronounced. There is a kind of madness in what we are doing. Going to a place that is so hostile to our existence. That does not mean there is nothing to love here. There is, in fact, a great beauty. But it is a hateful beauty. A beauty you can only love because there are places that are not like this. And yet, it is precisely this hateful beauty that the people of New Jerusalem fail to see, and so cannot understand their own blessings.
Cool story, bro. So anyways, he also believes that contrast is really, really good. On Cornelius. Oh dear, good thing I'm not putting this in a highlight reel. From the personal reminiscences of Mitku, there are some people whose true importance you just don't notice at first. People who quietly hold things together without making a big deal of it. That's what Cornelius was. Always by Athena's side, he calmly and carefully helped us all stay on track, reminding us of our shared humanity and the values that had brought us this far. I cannot imagine how painful it must have been when Athena left him behind, when he went on his so-called research expedition. Most people thought he went looking for her. To be honest, I thought he might never come back, and I was surprised when he finally did. I still don't understand how she could leave him. They seemed to love each other so deeply. After he returned, Cornelius was different. He founded the Museum of the Simulation and very rarely left its premises. The archive scholars doted on him, but he walled himself off, becoming almost as much of a recluse as Eustathius. And only then did I slowly understand how much the city had lost. From 5358, Gosan Gohachi. God appears and God is light to those poor souls who dwell in night, but does a human form display to those who dwell in realms of day. Cool story, bro. The Prime Mover, excerpted from Considerations by Eustathius. While it is hard, from our vantage point, to fully believe in any of the ancient religions, I must admit that I have come to believe in the existence of a Prime Mover, not a designer as such, certainly not an interventionist god, but some force that set the universe itself into motion. I do not know if it is possible for us to ever truly understand this being, since it must, by definition, exist outside of our understanding of our reality, but I do believe that it exists. Does it look upon us with love? Are we entertain it, perhaps? Does it preserve some memory of us when we die? All this I cannot answer, but I do not disbelieve those who honestly speak of having experienced some manner of brief communion with this entity. It is simply too common an experience in human history to easily discount. As the motion of the universe proceeds from the Big Bang, so whatever force animates us, whatever constitutes the true foundation of consciousness, proceeds from the Prime Mover. From Miranda, what do you think about this, Mother? Athena, I don't believe in any kind of Prime Mover, but I thought you should read it because Eustathius is an intelligent person, and he came to this conclusion after a great deal of thought. It's important to respectfully consider points of view we don't agree with. Fair enough. I just read that. Modernity. From the book of annotated internet comments. Oh man, I wonder what you could have gotten from that. Just like how many polygons 2B's ass has? I don't know. If modernity is so great, why is everyone so fundamentally disappointed with the world? Why do we sigh with pleasure at the sight of old houses but feel nothing but depressed and alienated by skyscrapers? Why do we yearn for lush forests and wide plains, not narrow canyons between buildings? 5358F, we love all this technology so much. Oh, 535, huh? Wait. Huh, okay. I assume 5358 is a code word for some other character that exists that we have not been able to see because they have been purged from everything else. Okay. Why is our idea of happiness to get away from it? Could it be that progress is just a story we tell ourselves to justify whether we allow ourselves to be dominated by inhumanity and older forms of living have something to offer? It seems that many of us share this desire to immerse ourselves in nature. Though we are ourselves entirely technological beings, we enjoy and value the Earth's diverse and unpredictable biosphere. Does that mean that progress is just a narrative, as this ancient commenter suggests? Or does it mean that technological progression and a love of the natural world are not in fact mutually exclusive? And yet, if this person was left on his own somewhere in the wilderness, he would feel nothing but terror. The appreciation of nature is rooted in the experience of civilization, of safety. True, but he's still right. So much of what our ancestors created in their last years was alienating to the majority of people. And the question isn't one of modernity, but of control. Interesting. I don't really have anything else to add to that. I can't think of anything intelligent.
If we believe that life is inherently valuable, if we think that other species are worth preserving, and we recognize that most of the universe is barren, then it follows that we have a duty not only to defend life, but to spread it.
To breed?
If life is the most valuable thing in the universe, then perhaps in a sense, the cosmos itself is depending on us to do this. Like birds carrying seeds to uninhabited islands. Maybe that's our role in the galactic ecology.
So Miranda is saying that we have a right and a galactic imperative to breed. That's what I got of it. Okay, so end goal, get blue here, right? Where do I find blue? I find blue in there. Have two connectors, and I'm supposed to get red in here from there after getting that connector. Yeah. Boom. Huh? Excuse me? Boom. Bollocks. Hang on. I gotta... There we go. Okay. Boom. Bada bing. Okay, so now no longer need that. Do, however, continue to need it's probably for the best that I put the spare body over within sight of this area. There we go. Okay, so take this triple finish. Oh, fucking idiot. I say that because it's like, take this, triple finish. Only I would understand that reference. Because, once again, I have been Marvel-brained. There we go. There we go. I did it. That felt easy. Actually, hang on. I'm going to pause for a little bit and I'm going to review that replay that I just saved. Lord, there are a lot. There are a lot of replays. That felt easy. Alright. I understand. Private message. My humble greetings, number 1000. My name is Rand. Our friend Doge has assured me you're of sound moral character. Yes, I'm sure we share a commitment to moral life. This matter demands that I be forthright. New Jerusalem requires strong moral guidance. Your expedition only makes that more urgent. We must end this incessant debate over the ethics of the goal and focusing on becoming the best people we can be. Life seems to be so complex, but I'm sure the answers are quite simple. Consider our species. Like our ancestors, we're just tubes with inputs and outputs, yet we run code so complex that we barely understand it. But the answer is simple. Garbage in, garbage out. It is our moral duty to use our instinct for good inputs to correct the bad outputs. This sounds like he's new wave eugenics. Need to hear more. I just want to know what you want with me, because everything else is kind of just background. My studies prove that we as a species are no accident. We are the outcome of billions of years of careful machination. It's my firm belief that the big questions have answers and that they are encoded into our very souls. Imagine objective answers to why we're here and how we ought to live. It would be the most important scientific and philosophical discovery of all time. A provable, practical, moral code, literal code, which already exists within all of us, without which we could not function. And you and I could be the ones to transcribe it. I can't yet tell you why, but I have reason to think that island holds the key to the puzzle. All I ask of you is that you stay true to your principles regardless of the cost. So what do you say? Is the world a better place if we work on this? I'm still not quite sure how I feel about working with someone who may or may not be into the idea of eugenics. that might be a deal breaker, Rand. Especially whenever you say that all life is valuable, and then say, well, most life is valuable, just the ones that matter, according to whom. that might throw a wrench in a few cogs. But fine, work together for a bit. What do you want? You're one of the good ones. Well, usually there's a bit of ceremony when someone new joins the cause. Nothing fancy, just some test of your faith and some homegrown simulations. The Order of Uriel. Am I getting indoctrinated? Most people can't begin to understand the complexities of our work, and some even seek to undermine it. One day we will have answers we can share more widely, but until then, it's time we preach largely to the converted. Alright. I am in the Order of Uriel, which may or may not be a secret death cult. Sick. At least I haven't gone through indoctrination. I don't know the secret handshake yet, so there's still hope for me. Oh man, I ate like some instant grits earlier, and they are making themselves known. they are letting me know that I ate butter grits, butter flavored grits. No regrets, but also it's like, I'm hungry, and I'm thinking of some enchiladas. Man, why did the music change? Why did it change again? Okay. I understand. I think I understand. What am I connecting? Where am I connecting? Where are my beams of light? Where are my connectors? Where are my tools? Ah, there's one. Gotta make sure I go and get that. Hang on. Hold up. It would be really funny if I just forgot that the original body is the one that's holding the platform, and I just leave with the replicated body. Hold on. Oh, what would I use that blue for? Is it to open up this? Ah, okay. I think I know what the blue is for. Yep, all right. So we come over here again because I have forgotten. Here. All right. Now we have access to in here. So long as... Never mind. Nothing really changed. Hold on a sec. Because I think I still need another connector, right? Maybe? Actually incredibly unsure of what the solution is supposed to be. The answer is get red into there, right? But I feel like I'm missing something. I feel like I'm missing a surprise tool that will help us later. Huh? Huh? Oh, dude, I'm hungry. I'm too hungry to think. All I'm thinking about is food. All I'm thinking about is enchiladas. If you ever decide to go with HelloFresh for a bit, try and avoid as many things that require like taco shells and the burrito wraps, because everything that they send for that is way too damn small, and they're always nothing but a pain in the ass. So more than likely what's going to happen is I'm just going to get a bowl of beef with a side of some bread that I can eat, and I can dip, I can rip and dip stuff in. That's going to be the more likely case. It's just like, oh yeah, you know, time to eat my bowl of meat. I can ladder my way out, right? I think this might be my last puzzle. Might be the very last puzzle that I do, because oh lord, hungry. How hungry? Well, I can't have. So, what I was thinking of janking my way through. It's by doing this and then having him walk over there, yeah. But now I can't get on top of the platform because there's a connector there. So this doesn't work. Because the original thought that I had was put thing on platform and then walk on platform, jump over. But that doesn't seem to work. What am I doing? I'm stumped. Oh. This might take me like 20-30 minutes of mouth hanging open, just gaping at, thinking and bashing my head against ideas. Oh, I just noticed the reflections of the water. Nice. So it's time to jump cut to the next highlight, which is going to be definitely me solving this puzzle and saying, finally, I'm free, I can go and eat, right? Okay, I see like the statue, and I'm thinking, you know, in the previous version or in the previous puzzles they had things there. So now no. Okay. Also no. Okay, just checking, just checking. So there's probably some merit to having this open, right? Okay, you cannot grab through. But doing this requires having the whole other person outside, right? I'm idiot. What's the name of this puzzle? Redshift. Hold on. Actually, hang on. Am I thinking correctly? Am I suddenly becoming brilliant? Hold on a moment. Just hold on for the tiniest of seconds. I think I'm getting somewhere. Okay, so have all them connected to the connector, right? And then I switch over. I am a genius. I've got to figure it out. Oh, I'm so good. Oh. And now.
Every one of these clouds seems to contain exactly the same amount of energy.
Oh, good to know. Now I get to go and consume food. Now I get to go and eat something. Oh. That was my second time recording, or my first time recording, second time entertaining with Talos Principle 2. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for giving me your time. Thanks for being here. My name's Tilfin. I stream most days on Twitch and now also on YouTube at 10 in the morning Eastern Standard. And I'll see you in the next part, because I'm definitely not going to live stream this. I'm definitely going to record it and then just put it all up on YouTube and then possibly trim it down with highlights. So thanks for coming in. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you later. Bye bye.